5-year future of Pakistan conference. Appreciate you taking the time to speak to me on this. Looking at the size of the protests, clearly there's an awful lot of support still for the former leader of Pakistan. Is there much hope this pressure might see him released at some point?
Well, it depends on which Pakistan you're talking about. Currently, there's two Pakistans. There's a Pakistan which is cutting critical mineral deals with the Americans, defense and infrastructure deals with the Chinese and the Turks. The Pakistan that's just shot down 5 Indian aircraft in a long skirmish in the air just a couple of months ago. Pakistan, which seems to be doing well macroeconomically. A Pakistan whose quasi-military dictator is having a rack of lamb lunch with Donald Trump, one-on-one. There's that Pakistan. But then there's Imran Khan's Pakistan. A Pakistan steeped in poverty, in corruption, high inflation, with 2 insurgencies which are a decade and a half long, which refuse to go away, where polio is yet to be eradicated, where media suppression has hit the limits, in fact, crossed them, where people are picked up and disappeared every day by a military apparatus, which effectively runs everything from the country's power grid to the country's crypto banking system. So it depends on which Pakistan you're talking about. But between these two Pakistans are the people who decide what to do. And some people, in fact, thousands of them have marched today. This is the biggest march since last November. The last march turned deadly, very deadly, where the logistics of the march, according to Khan's design, he was around a year and a half into jail at that time. This time he's about a full year behind bars. In fact, today is the 2nd anniversary of his incarceration. That last event, March in November, ended up with over a dozen PTI, that's his party, workers sniped at, shot, killed in broad daylight and then in the dark as entire cities were blacked out. This time, Khan's approach was different. He led it like an insurgency. He didn't want one mass protest at one square in the country where everybody comes in. His idea was to have a protest in different constituencies across the country. And this was what we saw today was the state playing whack-a-mole. A dozen followers here, 100 followers there. Plus, Khan isn't alone this time. His party has found new friends. Some of their faces are being shown on your screen right now. He's found friends on the opposition because the opposition is also pretty sick of the way the Pakistani military and its proxies are running this so-called parliament. In fact, this parliament, whose pictures you're showing currently on your TV, was shut down today to leaders of Khan's party. People from Khan's party have been abducted from this very parliament just recently to pass legislation which empowers the generals indefinitely, giving this particular military ruler, quasi-military ruler, Field Marshal Asim Munir, extensive powers and extensive years in office. Meanwhile, the people of Pakistan, who you can see, sort of march on.
Wajahat, I'm sorry to interrupt
economically,
you.
They're just still the stigma.
I want to just squeeze in a separate point while we have the time, because you're in the United States, and it's particularly relevant because Imran Khan said that the reason he was ousted from office was because the Pakistan military was working in cahoots with the US administration. So that would have been the Biden administration, I think, back then. And it's notable, there's been pressure being applied and publicity raised in the United States. So there was a full-page ad in the New York Times on August the 2nd calling for Imran Khan to be freed. And I saw a picture of Khan's 2 sons meeting with one of Trump's aides, Richard Grenell. So it seems that, ironically, the American administration can't blame for him being removed from office. He's now looking to the Trump administration to get him freed. Do you think that Trump could do that?
I love the question, and you're clearly very well versed in the latest from right here in America. Yes, the point I was trying to make was the people of Pakistan can march on, but really changes are made about Pakistan, usually have been made in places like Washington. And Khan was not very happy with the Biden administration and vice versa. In fact, Khan directly blamed the Biden administration for his ouster several times, still sticks by it, refuses to apologize. But Khan has a very different dynamic with the Trump administration. Trump and Khan are from around the same age. Both were superstars, rock stars in the roaring 80s. playboys and populists who later found public office late in life. They've hung out a couple of times. They've gotten along. Khan helped Trump figure out that exit out of Afghanistan and that deal with the Taliban. And Trump has, in fact, during his campaign said that he is worried about Khan. In fact, calls him a handsome guy. That's Donald Trump for you. But in office, Trump has been talking to Khan's enemies. But that doesn't go on to state that at this point that the U.S. hasn't done anything about Khan. Sure, the administration hasn't, but Khan's approach through his family, through the diaspora here, which, by the way, is around 1.2 million Pakistanis, and it's fair to say that many of them, if not most of them, are pro-Imran Khan. They've been the ones who are doing these rallies in Times Square, in Washington, in Houston, in Chicago, just today as well. These rallies were not just held in Pakistan, but also in parallel right here over the weekend and today as well. And also, they're the ones who are backing up a new strategy to get Khan out of jail. Khan's sons have joined them as well. They were here meeting Rick Grinnell, who you mentioned, one of Trump's most important advisors. But the Khan family, as well as the Team Khan in America, despite pushing in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money into even trying to push legislation, have not managed to move the needle at the White House. It's ultimately the administration which has the most weight when it comes to Pakistan's generals and the Pentagon, and those two departments, the Defense Department, the State Department, of course, the White House, have not really said anything that is pro-Khan at this point.
Wajahat, fascinating to get your thoughts on this. Appreciate your time. Wajahat S. Khan is my guest, founder, CEO at the Ivy Future of Pakistan Conference. Thank you.